Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is our lecture number 12, part 1 of Object-Oriented Programming, class BSSC second. In this lecture, we will overload binary operators. Firstly, we will discuss what are the binary operators, and then we will overload the binary operators in few programs. Overloading binary operators. Binary operators can be overloaded just as easily as unary operators. In our previous lecture, we have overloaded the increment, prefix and postfix notation. Increment operator is actually the unary operators, and binary operators can be overloaded more easily as compared to the unary operator. We will look at examples that overload arithmetic operators. In our next examples, we will overload the arithmetic operator, comparison operators, and arithmetic assignment operators. These are the three groups of operators which belongs to binary operators. Binary operators are arithmetic operator, plus, minus, divisions, multiplication, and modulus operator. These operators are called arithmetic operator, and they are binary operator. Why we call them the binary operator? Because they need two operand to perform its operation. For addition, we need two operand at the left and the right side of plus operator. Similarly, for minus symbols, for division, for multiplication, for modulus operator, we need two operand to perform these operations. Similarly, in the second group, relational operator, they also need two operand. Less than need two operand at left and right side, one operand, and this operator compares these two operands and find the value true if the first one is less than second, and false if first one is greater than second. Similarly, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, all these operators are called binary operators because they need two operands to perform its operation. Similarly, the third group of binary operator is arithmetic assignment operator. These are actually the arithmetic operators with equal symbols, that is plus is the arithmetic operator, and this is called assignment operator. The combination of these two symbols is called arithmetic assignment operator. Minus is equal to, less than or is equal to, and similarly multiplication is equal to, and modulus is equal to. All these five operators are called arithmetic and assignment operator, because arithmetic operator and assignments, with the combination of these two symbols, we get the arithmetic assignment operator, and they need also two operand for performing their operation. So these are also the binary operators. All these operators can be overloaded. Today we will overload the plus operator. Overloading plus operator for adding the two object of distance class. Previously, in our class lectures before 13 March 2020, we have discussed in our lecture number 5 the distance class, and we have added the two distance d1 and d2, and store the value of their distance in the third distance d3. A distance, actually the attributes of a distance were feet and inches, that each distance can be measured in feet, and if the remaining distance is less than feet, it will be measured in inches. So these are two attributes through which we can measure each and every distance. So D1 can be measured with feet, inches, D2, D3. So and we can perform additions on two distances, and the result can be stored in third distance. That all these operations we have been discussed in our lecture number 5 during the class sessions. Now here we actually want to overload plus operator. This is our distance class coding. Hash include IOStream attach, hash include conjugate attach. Class name is distance. Private section. In private section, these are two attributes which we were discussing during previous slides, that feet and inches are the attributes of each and every distance. Each distance contains feet, and the rest of the distance which is less than feet is measured in inches. So these are two attributes for measuring every distance, either length, either height, or width, etc. Public. In public section, we perform operations on these two attributes, feet and inches. Distance is constructor. It is also performing operation on these two, feet and inches. It is assigning 0 values to feet and inches. If an object has no value, object of distance class have no value during its declaration, then this no argument constructor will be activated, and it will assign the 0 value to that object attributes. Similarly, this is also the constructor, and it will receive two values, the feet and inches, from the object which we are going to declare in our main program, and it will feet, ft and in. These are two attributes, variables, which will receive the value from the object and will store ft value in feet and in value in inches of that specific object of distance class, which will send or pass value to this constructor. Void get dist. If an object wants to receive its distance data from the user, then that object have to call this get distance function, and this get distance function will actually get the data from the users, that is feet and inches, for that specific object, who will call this get distance function. This is the third function, two of the constructor, and this is third get distance function. Another function is actually the show dist function. If an object wants to show its data, that is attribute feet and inches, then computer will that object have to call this function, and this function will show its data which is stored in its memory, that is the feet and inches of that specific object, who will call this show dist function. Here the fifth function is the plus. The name of this function is plus. This is binary operator, and we are overloading this operator. Actually, now this operator will perform operation on two objects, while before overloading, the capacity of this plus operator was to perform operation on integer data, on float data, on character data, that is standard data. The capacity of this operator was to perform operation of addition on standard data. But now we are going to extend the capacity of plus function, and it will perform operation on two objects. That it will be able to add two objects, and will return the result of that addition. So how this function will work, we will see in the implementation session in next few slides. What is the main program which will activate this class functions and will create objects. We see the coding of that main program. This is our main program coding for implementation of distance class. Void main, this is our distance class, and here we are declaring three objects d1, d3 and d4. These three objects have no values in its during its declaration, but the no argument constructor will be activated at this place, and it will assign the 0 values to the memory of d1, d3 and d4. You may see here d1 its feet 0, inches 0.0, because this constructor will be activated at that for d1, d3 and d4, and it will move the 0 in feet and 0.0 in inches of the memory of each three objects. So d1, the feet of d1 is 0, inches 0.0, d3, the feet of d3 are 0 and the inches of d3 are 0.0, d4, the feet 0 and inches 0.0, because at this place the no argument constructor activated and it stored the 0 values in the memory of d1 object, d3 object and d4 object. At the second line we are creating another object d2 with distance class. Distance is the class, or it is the user defined data type, and d2 is the variable of this class, that is object. This object contains two values 11 and 6.25. So during its declaration d2 will have feet and inches its memory, and it has 11 and 6.25. So this specific constructor ft will accept 11 and in will accept 7.25, and will store ft value in feet and in value in inches of d2 memory. You may see here in the memory of d2 feet contains 11 and inches contains 6.25. This line actually activating the second two argument constructor for d2. As the class assign the memory to d2, that is feet and inches memory, the constructor assign the value and store the value in this memory of d2 object. The third line is actually d1.getDist. Now d1 wants to store some value in its memory, so d1 is activating getDist function, and getDist function will get the value from the user and store in the memory of d1, that is in feet and inches of d1. Let's see at this stage how the d1 call the getDist, and getDist transfer the data in its memory. You may see here this is getDist function, and d1 is activating this function. So this operator we have been discussed in lecture number 9, that this each and every class contains an implicit parameter named this, and the memory of this operator actually contains the address of that object who calls the function of that specific class. So d1 is activating getDist function. So here this operator will store the address of d1, and this blue color data is actually the data of that class, and each and every function, either constructor or functions, are manipulating this class data. So this class data, whenever we will refer to this class data without any prefix object notation, then for this class data the function will consult to this this pointer, and this pointer will approach to the address of d1. At that location the value of feet and inches will be stored, which we will get from the user. Here user will enter feet, see in feet, enter inches, C in inches. So feet and inches. Users inputs the feet and inches for D1, and this pointer jumps to the address of D1 and store at the location of D1. Here you may see D at the location of D1. This pointer store the 10 and 6.5. This 10 and 6.5 has been entered by the user in the getDis function. After this third line of code, we are going to activate this, or the program will activate this fourth line of code. D3 is equal to D1 plus D2. Here actually we are activating the plus operator which we have overloaded, and here you will see the function of plus operator, how the plus operator behaves just like a common function. In our previous lecture, in our previous class lectures, that is lecture number 5, we have actually added two distances with the help of add function, and at this specific stage of main program we have actually written in that version of program we have written D3 is equal to D1 dot add of D2. That is, D1 is calling add function, so this operator will store the address of D1 because D1 is activating add function, and the value of D2 is passing to add function. There will be a parameter which will receive the value of D2. So this operator will receive the address of D1, and other object will receive the value of D2, and then the add function will perform operation on those two values, D1 and value of D1 and D2. But this coding was the actually belongs to the old versions of lecture number 5, where we have added two distances with by defining the add function. But here in this versions of add functions, we are overloading plus operator and actually getting the same operation or same effect from this plus operator. That is, plus operator will work just like an add function. As D1 is activating add function, here the D1 is the first argument, D2 is the second argument for plus operator. Sorry, D1 is the first operand and D2 is the second operand for plus operator. The first operand, the duty of first operand is to activate plus operator and pass the value of D2. As we see here, D1 is activating add function and the value of D2 is passing to add function. Here D1 is activating plus function and the value of D2 is passing to add plus functions. The result will be returned back after addition and will assign to D3. So at this place D1 is calling plus operator and passing the value of D2. Then what happened here? Here you may see the D2 value will accept this D2 object. Distance is the class name and D2 is the object of distance class. So it will have the feet and inches because it is an object of distance class. And as we know that from here the D2 contains 11 and 6.25. These are the two values in feet and inches of D2, and we are passing the value of D2 to plus operator. So it will be passed to D2, and this D2 contains 11 and 6.25, which is the value of D, capital D2, object of main program. This is the name of function, that is plus, which we are using instead of add function. When we use a symbol as a function name, we will the computer understand that this is a function, but it will behave just like an operator. So for operator function we use a symbol. So but for common function we cannot use the name of function just like a symbol. It is allowed only for the operator, so we use the keyword operator. The compiler of the C++ language understand that this keyword, the use of this keyword is for allowing or permitting these symbols as a function name. If we don't use this keyword, then here the compiler will give us the alarm us or response the error, that is you cannot use a symbol as a function name. But by using this operator name, it will allow us and permit us to use plus symbol as a function name. This is the object which will receive the value, and this distance, this is the class in distance. It means this plus operator will return the value of an object to main program. That is why we have used here the class name, because we are returning to main program the value of an object. What is this? Here intf and float I, these are two variables. This is integer variable f, and I is the float variable. F integer variable and I is the float variable. These two memory locations, these are two local variables. And what these two local variable will do, because D1 has called to plus operator. D1 is activating plus operator and the value of D2 is passing to plus operator. So this function will store the address of D1. Here you may see this pointer or this keyword contains the address of D1. So here we have the address of D1, here we have the value of D2. So whenever we add D2 and D1 values, so this is the value passed to this function, and through this address we will jump to the address of D1 and get the value of D1, and these two value function will perform operation on these two values. So feet and inches, this two blue color values or attributes are actually the class data, and these we actually get the value of these two values by the location of address which are stored in this pointer memory. In the memory of this pointer there is an address of an object. So for feet and inches values we will jump to that address, and from that address we will get the value of feet and inches, which will be the value of D1 object. So feet of D1 will be here, and D2 dot feet are 11, while feet of D1 are 10. This is, you may see, 10. Computer will this pointer will jump at this location and will get the value of feet, that is 10, from here. So 10 will be here, D2 dot feet, 11 is here, 10 and 11, it will become 21, and 21 will be stored in F. And similarly the inches of D1 are 6.5. This pointer will jump at D1 and will get the value from inches, that is 6.5. So 6.5 are here and 6.25 are here. It will become 12.75, and 12.75 will store in I. F will store 21 and I will store 12.75. This will be the status of F and I. F contains 21 and I contains 12.75. This is the sum of 2 feet of D1 and D2, and this is the sum of 2 inches. This is the sum of 2 inches of D2 dot inches and D1 dot inches. So here, after execution of these two lines, computer will perform the if this test condition, it will check that whether the value of I is greater than 12 or less than 12. If it is greater than 12, then this block of if statement will be executed. If the value of I is less than 12, then it will skip this block and will execute this return statement. But in this case, the value of I is 12.75. 12.75 is greater than 12. That is, there are 12 inches. 12 inches are equal to feet. So we will convert it into feet and will remain the rest value 0.75 inches in the value of I. So what after the status of this test condition, that test condition will be true, then this if block will be executed, and here you may see value of I is 12.75, and this minus operator specifically 12.75 will minus, we will subtract this 12 value from the value of I, that is 12.75, and the rest of the value will be stored in I. So from 12.75 we will subtract 12 and will become 0.75. It will be stored in the value memory of I, and the value, that is 12 inches, we have subtracted from I location. It will be, then we will increment the F memory. The F memory is 21, and when we increment it, it will become 22. You may see it in this slide. F become 22 and I have become 0.75 because 12 inches has been subtracted from this memory location, and the rest of the inches are here, that is 0.75 inches are here in this memory. After execution of if block, we will execute this return statement. Here the value of F is 12 and I is 0.75. Actually this is the sum of two distances D1 and D2. Whenever we will fulfill the memory of our distance class, then with the reference of this distance class, computer will create here a nameless temporary object and return the value of that object to main program. Because F and I are the requirement of distance class. Distance class contains two variables have the memory of two variables, that is feet and inches, and here we have feet and inches. F, here we have feet, and in I we have inches, because we are fulfilling the requirement of distance class. So this, the name of distance will get these two value of feet and inches and will create an object which is called nameless temporary object, and will return the value of that object to main program. Here at this location, computer will receive the memory and the value of feet and inches, that is 22 and 0.75, and will assign that value to D3. You may see here in the memory of D3, feet contains 22 and inches contains 0.75. F, the value of F is stored in feet, and value of I is stored in 0.75. You may see here the value of F is 22 and I 0.75. So here the return value will be assigned to D3, and D3 will store those values in its memory. You may see it the memory of D3, that is feet are 22 and inches are 0.75. Now the next line is a little bit more complex than the previous one, but we have been understand the operation of a plus operator at this location, that is D1, call the plus and pass the value of D2. The object before this plus symbols calls this function, and the object, the value of that object which is after this plus function or plus operator, the value of that object is passed to this plus operator or plus function. So we will consider here d2 plus d3. What will happen? The circle value d2 will call plus, so this pointer will store or receive the value of d2 address, and the value of d3 will be passed to plus function, and d2 of that function, that is plus function, will receive the value and will perform the operation on the value of these two objects and will return some value which will be returned at this black rectangular box position. At this position, at this specific location, the value, the sum of these two objects will be returned. That the return value will be here, but here again, because this is the value of an object, because plus operator return the value of an object. This is the value of an object. This is another object d1, and here we see the plus. Now here at this stage, we will again call this plus operator. d1 will call this plus operator and will pass the value. This return value will be passed back to that plus function for second addition. So this operator of the class, distance class, will store the address of d1, and this value will be passed to d2 of that, this d2. This d2 will receive that return value which we will return here. This value will be passed to that plus function, and d2 will receive that value. Here you may see d1 is calling adding, and the value of d2 is passing. Here d1 is calling plus operator, and this return value is passing to that plus operator function. It will perform addition operation, which we have seen that how the plus operator performs the addition on two objects and will return the value. So you may see here the second time it will return the results of three addition of three objects, and this result will be stored in the memory of d4, and you can see here the value feet contains 44 and inches contain 1.5. This is actually the sum of d1, d2 and d3. It is 22, it is 11, it is 10, and all these feet will be added, and these inches will be also added, and computer will perform operation and it will become 44. It will become 44 and it will become 1.5, because in this stage you can see d1 plus d2 plus d3. These three objects are adding and storing the value of d value in the memory of d4. Therefore, at last the return value will be assigned to d4, and d4 contains this one. The next four lines you may see here, distance 1, d1 will call showDist function, and showDist function will display the value of d1 object. The value of d1 object is 10 feet and 6.5 inches. Then d2 will call showDist, and here the showDist function will display the value of d2. The value of d2 is 11 feet 6.25 inches. At this location, d3 will call showDist function, and showDist will function will display the value of d3. The value of d3 is 22 feet and 0.75 inches. In the fourth line of this main program, the computer will call d4 will call showDist function, and showDist function will display the value memory of d4. The memory of d4 here 44 are the feet and 1.5 are the inches. we see the output of these 4 lines. Next slide. Here you may see this one is equal to 10 feet 6.5 inches. These are the 10 feet and 6.5 inches which these 4 lines will display. 11 feet 6.25 inches. This is the memory values of D2. 22 feet 0.75 inches. This is the memory of D3. Here the feet are 22 and inches are 0.75. Computer will display it. And the 4th line, this 4th line of main program will display the memory of D4 object. D4 object, in the memory of D4 object, the feet are 44 and inches are 1.75. So 44 feet and dash 1.5 inches. This is the value of D4 object. Computer will display the output, these 4 outputs in response of these 4 line of main program. This was the end of our lecture number 12 part 1. Allah Hafiz.